And we're live. What is this, Lady Ada?
Hey everybody, and welcome to another show and tell. This is where you, the viewer, get to show off your project, show us what you're working on, tell us about it. It could be your makerspace, it could be your tools, it could be your 3D printed, your Arduino, your Raspberry Pi, whatever it is that you're building. This is your chance to shine and share. So we're going to start off with Tony D and Noah and Pedro, and then we'll call on everybody else in the order we see them. Please keep your mics muted while we wait. That way we won't have echoey effects and we won't overhear you by accident. So Tony Nicola, take it away.
Hey, yeah, so I just wanted to do a quick little demo. On Monday I did a live stream looking at Amazon. They released source code to use the Alexa voice service with the Raspberry Pi, and so that's the thing that powers their little Echo kind of artificial intelligence home robot thingy. Something that we'll probably all have in 5 years, like the house of the future. But I got it running on a Raspberry Pi Zero here. That'll hold up. So it's just a Pi Zero, and basically all the app does is it records audio, it sends it to their service, and then sends back an audio response. So I have hooked up. This is the Zoom audio recorder. It works as a microphone and a speaker because the Pi Zero has no sound in and out natively. So you have to use something with USB to connect to it. So I'll try it out. So I'm running their app, and I'll just speak into this, and you'll hear the response from it. It's a little buggy, and when you watch the stream, you'll see like the installation is it's challenging. There's a lot of steps to it, but it does work. It's kind of cool. So all right, I'll ask it a question here. Who was the 13th president of the United States?
U.S. president was Millard Fillmore.
I don't know if I got that right, but
you got a president. So
yeah, I got that. It cuts off the first second for some reason, but so I'll try it again. So anything you can do with an Echo, almost anything you can do with this, like it doesn't plug into Amazon Music. Like there's more stuff you have to do to get that to work, but it's pretty cool. Like you can ask it like weather. So I'll try. What's the weather in Seattle?
In Seattle, Washington, it's 66 degrees with mostly sunny skies. Tonight, you can look for clear skies and a low of 45 degrees.
So that's cool. I mean, it works.
Yeah.
It's kind of neat. Yeah, so it's pretty cool that they've opened this up, and you jump through a bunch of hoops, and you get a little developer account, and you configure all this stuff, and you can use their voice service. You can build your own Alexa, basically, or your own Echo.
All right, sweet. All right, thanks for the
Cool.
example.
All right.
I'm amazed
Next
that it works.
John Pedro, what you got cooking this week?
Sure, what's up everybody?
Hello.
So last week Thursday, we were wrapping up the Pi Zero project, and I'm overblown here, give me a second.
Whoa.
So I picked up an other mill because I got impatient. I designed some gamepad PCBs for the project, and we sent them off to Osh Park, but it's taking 2 weeks or so. So I picked up the other mill, and I milled out a little simple PCB.
Was it actually faster to order another mill from us, have us send it to you, UPS ground, and then you open it up, install the software, and mill out the PCB?
Yes.
We're still waiting on the sample from them, yes.
Yeah, so it was a lot faster, and it's running really well. We're doing a lot of different tests, learning the behaviors of the machines and things. But yeah, this is a really simple design, really great for simple stuff and even some complex stuff. This is just a single-sided FR1 board, and I'm already going through. It looks like it's oxidizing. Do you guys have any tips on like slowing that process? Maybe some coating or something. I don't know.
It's actually okay for it to oxidize. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Normally, it doesn't damage it. If you want, you can clear coat it. I mean, after you've soldered it, if you're completely done, you're never going to solder to it again, you can clear coat it with even something as simple as nail polish, or you can get sprays that are clear coat sprays. In production, what you normally do is after the PCB is milled, you dip it in a tinning solution. It's a material that has it's electroplating basically, and you just get some of this electroplate and you put it in a tray. You put the PCB in and wait like 10 minutes, and it will tin it. And so you'll get a nice silvered effect. So you can check that out. You can buy just like bottles of it. It's pretty easy to get.
Cool. I'll try that out and play with it. And we also doing some other types like this is like some anodized aluminum. It's a little Adabot there.
That's cute.
Hi. This way. Hey guys. So yeah, just doing a lot of different tests and things, and maybe we'll mill something on a phone or something. That might be cool.
All right.
Yeah, that's there's a video that we did, sort of like a review, sort of a first look at it too. So that'll be this week. And Pi Girl is done, and we're starting on the guide for that.
Okay.
All right.
Very fun.
Everyone tune in tomorrow for all the 3D printing shows and more.
Yep. Live show tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yay! Y'all are doing
Alright.
so much stuff.
Next up,
Thanks.
Philby,
Hey,
Hello
Phil.
there.
you've got an exciting project.
Well, I don't know about exciting. It's another clock project. It is a transit clock. I'm a bus person. This is how I get around. So knowing when the different lines are coming is it saves me a lot of time. That I'm not standing around in the rain for a bus. We did a similar project before using the Raspberry Pi and the LED matrices, and that's really cool, like for like a hackerspace or something. But I wanted something more understated for in the house, so I made this for myself, really.
Super pro.
Yeah, it's low key, but it gives me the information I want. And other interesting thing about it, this is using an ESP8266 rather than the Raspberry Pi. And a big problem on the Arduino type boards in the past has been, well, the NextBus API is XML based, and parsing XML on an Arduino is just it's horrible. You can do it on a Pi because you have in Python it's a garbage collecting language. Doing it on Arduino is horrible. But I found a nice library for the Arduino that it doesn't parse the whole XML tree. It lets you pick out little bits of data, and made this very practical to do in the Arduino environment.
You'll need a bunch of RAM, so you can't do it like on an Uno, but you can like do it on an ESP, 8266, or an F0.
You might even be able to do it on an Uno, but you still need the Wi-Fi side anyway. So
Okay.
yeah, it worked well on the. It was a good sized project for the ESP.
Okay.
To do that. So that's when the bus
Let's
is coming.
say how many minutes until the next bus?
Yeah. It's. I didn't want this whole stressful countdown clock to the second. It's like whatever. 40 minutes. There's a bus. See you later.
Hey, that is really handy. Great. So
amazing.
you're like, hey, I've got 40 minutes, and who wants to go and wait 35 minutes? For...
Exactly. I could be doing useful stuff. So.
Yeah. Wow. Once an hour buses. Yeah, that's definitely not worth.
Yeah. Here in the sticks.
And you can also bring it around anywhere. If you're in another part of the house, you can just like.
Yeah, it's bad.
I could. I could have even made it battery powered, but no, it powers off USB cable.
Yeah.
In the back, and I have a USB hub on my desk, powered hub all the time anyway. So I'm just going to hang it up there, and have that information always up there.
That's great.
That's cool, and you'll also get notifications if there's something incredibly wrong, like why is there no buses? What's
Yeah,
going on
exactly.
outside?
So anyway, working on the guide that'll hopefully be up in the next day or two.
Okay, rad.
Thanks, Philby.
All right, thanks so much. Okay, next up, Richard. Hey, Richard, how's it going?
Hey guys, so I've been working on a project that actually I first showed off on Adafruit, the Warhammer. So this is the new Warhammer, and it definitely looks a lot nicer than the other one. I've been using the laser cutters to cut out the foam and some better, more precision tools, but I'm also using the BNO055 orientation sensor. And I've been able to do what I wanted to do all the time, which is be able to control the lighting and sound on this without using any buttons. So let me switch over. I'm going to have to switch my mic and
Warhammer cam.
hope this picks it up. Hold on just a second. All right, so you guys should see me holding the hammer here.
Yeah.
And if I just swing it, the light should turn red for just a regular hit. You do have to swing it actually pretty hard, but if I swing it one time, it'll just make kind of a hit sound. If I swing it 2 times, I get a little bit of a power up and then a hit. But to really power up, I have to swing it 3 times, and then I get the power up and the big hit.
This also is connected to Adafruit.io, and it's connected to YouTube, and it'll ban commenters on YouTube. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking about adding Wi-Fi to it. Now, one thing, I'm kind of overloaded with the amplifier and the LEDs and the sensor, so I think I need to rework the power supply on it.
Yeah.
I figured out the orientation sensor pretty well, so that like if you hold it like this for 10 seconds, it'll kind of power up a spell. And even being able to control, like pretty granular control over it. So it will only sense it if you swing it in this direction. You can't just cheat by twirling it. and
No.
stuff. I also figured out how to do the like different power levels, so I can actually make it really easy to trigger that move or make it really difficult. And so that's where the Wi-Fi is probably going to come into play, is like being able to add functionality to it and add more spells, or being able to limit the amount of spells you can use and the difficulty to access the really big, powerful moves.
Okay.
This is cool. Any significantly advanced technology is indistinguishable from cosplay.
That's a massive. Yeah, that's
Outstanding.
cool.
All right. Well, thanks so much. Email support@adafruit.com, and we'll give you a sticker. You can put it on the hammer or something.
That's the awesome Warhammer. I don't even know what we call this, orientation
All right.
power-ups.
Yeah. Okay. Next up, we're going to go to William. Hey, William. How's it going?
Hello, William. Welcome.
Hold on, let me get my microphone off of mute. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, you sound great.
Okay, great. Well, I had a hell of a time getting everything set up. What you see here on my video is an 8 input, and it uses the MCP 3008 analog to digital converter as an input device, and 2 relay outputs. And I made it originally to be a door controller to handle an electric door lock and an outdoor light. It's made to be small enough to fit inside of a standard electrical box. I had a hell of a time getting everything set up here, so let's try to... Here's a standard electrical box. And the idea is to make it basically a replacement for a commercial alarm system. Now, these connectors that I use on the inputs are able to handle up to 14 gauge wire, so which is the wire that electricians use in commercial wiring. So I had to get all those wires going across there so that it'll handle a 14 gauge. The relays are capable of handling up to 3 amps of 120 volts AC power, and the idea behind that is, let's get that thing over there. The idea behind that is that I want to be able to control an outside light or perhaps a door chime. The inputs are tied on the MCP 3008. Love this little chip, by the way. They're tied high with a resistor pack, 2.2K. And the reason I chose to tie them high is to set the impedance so that if I want to use a switch to control the inputs, I can light an LED. So when I flip a switch in series with this input, there'll be enough current to light an LED. I have 8 inputs that are analog. They can be used for fire alarms, for motion detectors, for smoke detectors. It can be used for basically a thermostat temperature sensor if I use a temperature sensor transistor device. So I can use it for an alarm for, let's say, for example, a refrigerator alarm in case the refrigerator gets too warm or the freezer gets too warm. Carbon monoxide detectors. And the idea is this uses the Pi 0. Now this one was my first design. It's too big. I made a mistake. If you look at it there, you'll notice that the Pi is a little bit not the same width as my board. I have a new board that's supposed to come today, and it hasn't arrived yet. I'm using a printed circuit board manufacturer called Express PC Board up in Oregon, and they do a really great job.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, beautiful. They do absolutely beautiful work. And I have a kit of all the parts that I've used here. The only problem that I've been having with the device, and maybe you can help me out, is I'm using a linear voltage regulator, 7405. And the problem with the 7405 is most of the time with the house, for the doorbell button, you have 16.5 volts of AC power. And so what I did on my circuit here is, I'll have to move these up. You'll see that I have a full wave bridge inside there, 4 diodes. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, anyway, I have a full power supply of 4 diodes, 2 capacitors, and a couple of voltage regulators, a 12-volt regulator and a 5-volt regulator. The problem is it's a linear device, and I have to dissipate too much power at 16.5 volts. It gets too hot. So next design, which is supposed to, the printed circuit board is supposed to be coming in today, is going to use a switching regulator, which should take care of the heating problem and get me, really efficient. And the real advantage of a device like this, and people would say, well, why would you want to put 2 relays on the device? Well, there's a lot of reasons you'd want 2 relays. One is like a garage door open, garage door close. You need 2 relay contacts for that. Another one is a 4-way switch. Now, a 3-way switch I could do with a single relay, but a 4-way electrical switch requires 2 Form C relays. Now, these relays are double pole, double throw, but I have them set up as a Form C double pole, single pole, double throw to double the current on the relays. So basically, if you look at the printed circuit board, you can see that I just doubled up on all the contacts on the relays.
Hey, William, could you stop by at the next show and tell and show part 2? I want to make sure we get to the rest of the folks, and this is a really cool project. Does that sound like a plan?
Well, sure. When you say go, you mean online, right?
Yeah, online. We're here every week.
Yeah, this is the first time that I've done it.
Yeah.
You see that. I've got one actually that's working here, and this one right here is actually working, and I'm using to test it. The problem with me with this is I'm a hardware person, not software, and so I'm having a hell of a time learning sockets programming. And what I'm using to test it right now is this program called Pi Relay. I don't know if you can see that. And you can go to the Google store, and it'll say Pi Relay, and you'll see if I hit the button. I don't know if you'll be able to hear the click here, but you should be able to hear it click. I wish I had a light hooked up to it. So it's clicking that relay via Wi-Fi from my Android device. So I don't probably can't hear that, but that's the way it is. Yeah, lucky me. Anyway, but so it all works as far as flipping the relays and getting everything to work. It's just a matter of me getting the software to work on this device. Now, this device isn't made to be just for one device. I would imagine there to be 2 or 3 of these devices in a house. 2 or 3 devices in a house, and that way there I can have several alarm inputs, alarm windows, doors, fire, smoke detectors, front door, magnetic sensors and stuff like that. Using.
Okay. It sounds like you got a lot of stuff going on. I got to move on to the next couple of folks. Is that okay? Could you come back next week and show more of this?
Sure.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, William. Email support@adafruit.com, and we'll send out an As Seen on the Show and Tell sticker. And please show us more of this. Next week, you'll have your PCBs and more. Okay.
Cool.
With the remaining folks, if you can go in speed mode, we'll be able to get to everyone. Chris Young, how's it going, Chris?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. I got my screen share already set up here. Let me backspace the window so you can see what we're doing. Wake up. Mouse 6 click. Maximize window. Mouse 4. Mouse 1. 852. Click. Go to sleep. Whoops. Move up. Wake up. Move up. Mouse up 4. Mouse click. Go to sleep. Anyway, this is me test driving a new joystick for my wheelchair. It's what's called a bib mount. It kind of hangs around your neck, and then you move the joystick with your mouse. And there's another view. You can see what it does. That particular mount was too tight around my neck. And the guy was ordering my wheelchair, said he could give me a bigger one, but it turned out he couldn't. Instead, he got this one that has a strap on it that goes around your neck. And it's a lot, it'll fit my fat head. And there's another view of it. Now, a lot of people use this kind of thing to control the joystick with your chin, but I wanted to do it in my mouth. Well, the one with the strap, it doesn't reach to my mouse. You can see there's no way that I can adjust it close enough to get to my mouse. So that's what 3D printers are for. I designed my own little bracket. Here it is printing. This is the tallest print I've ever made, by the way. It's over 100 centimeters, 100 millimeters, I mean. And it turned out okay. Here it is mounted on the device, like that. And you can see there it is, where it reaches my mouth now, thanks to my 3D printing. Another view of me.
Oh, yeah.
The problem is the cloth straps do not hold it in place tight enough like the another one around my neck did. This is another view. This is somebody else wearing the other one that I tried before. So I'm going to have to try to recreate this from scratch using a 3D printer and some wire and foam. And I even got to buy one of these. I got it on order from you guys that will give me a pivot mount.
Yeah, I was going to say, it reminded me of like camera stuff that you mount stuff to.
Yeah, well, that's right out of your store. And when you guys put that in the store about a month or so ago, I knew I was probably going to have to do this.
Yeah.
I was like, aha, now I know where to get it. And as always, here's where you go for more information. I don't have a blog posted yet on this project, but I will by tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Send us the link. Of course, get As Seen on the Show and Tell sticker. An excellent project. Thank you for sharing that, Chris.
Okay.
All right. If we can, Adrian and then Lottie, if you can do a couple minutes each, we gotta jam out fast. So show us some inflatable robots, and then we'll get to Lottie, and then we'll go.
All right. Hey guys. So I've been doing show and tell for about a year and a few months now, and the first project I ever showed off was this little guy. It was a little soft actuator I made, the first one I ever made, that basically when it was inflated, it would push, basically. It wasn't meant to be really linear, it was just meant to create pushing force. So I have actually redone that project, made it better, improved upon it. This is the new one. And basically, the changes are, I made some edits to the dimensions of the walls and stuff, except the biggest change was that I actually used a different material. This one's a lot harder, as you might be able to see. It's a lot more rigid than the other one. It's still pretty soft, obviously. It's still silicone, but much more rigid, retains its shape much more. So let me quickly show you this in action. All right. So I just got a syringe hooked up to it right now, and as you can see, when I inflate it, it extends outwards. It kind of stretches because these pockets right in here push against each other and cause the whole thing to expand outwards. So yeah, basically that's that, a redo of an old project, making it better, innovating, improving, as always.
Very cool.
What's the difference between the silicone? Because you said it was both silicone. Is it just a different mix of silicone?
Yeah, I'm not really sure about the difference in the chemical composition. I just know it's harder, and then it's got some other differences. This one, you have to, it's mixed in a 1-to-1 ratio. This one is actually a 10-to-1 ratio.
Oh, okay.
So, and this one's also 1-to-1 by volume, whereas the other one's 1-to-1, 10-to-1 by weight. So a bit more complicated to mix, but I quite like the material. I like the kind of stiffer. It's useful in some applications. So yeah.
In the biz, they say new and improved.
Yep, new and improved.
As seen on show and tell.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks, Aiden. Thanks for the update.
Thanks so much. All right. And T. Scott said he didn't need a slot, so we have Lottie, if you can keep it to a minute and a half. Go for it.
Oh, okay. So, big update. So I've improved Combo Breaker. I've talked to a lot of people. I commented on the original YouTube video. I made an update video, and I've been talking to this guy in college or whatever that he's. I was talking to him, and I made a board on EagleCAD. So that's my biggest accomplishment I have ever made right here. Check it out.
Congratulations.
Yeah, this is like.
Check it out. Nice.
So I actually got. I actually got it sent to Osh Park a few days ago. Oops. Unfortunately, I'm not sure that's the right way to put it, but I'll figure something out. But I made this in like 3 hours or something like that, so I was really, really super duper proud of it. But there was actually some people that were commenting on my inbox on YouTube because they were really eager to hear somebody that actually is going to make one pre-made, and I'm like, oh wow, somebody, people are actually taking an interest into my work. So this is a conversation I had with this guy, the Hoopla. So I was talking to him for a while. I gave him like a link for the PCBs, and he said he was doing a lab partner, which was really, really awesome because I don't think babysitting is going to make me much money.
Yeah, this is college. How Adafruit started. People were contacting Lady Ada to sell kits. This is how it started.
Combo breaker kit.
Yeah.
So, oh, wait a second. So basically, I saw there was a giant demand for this sort of thing. People were really eager, and I've known that because I usually play a lot of video games before, find mod chips from people because I'm like, oh, I don't want to install these mod chips on my own, so I'd have other people. But I'm like, you know what? If I actually learn this sort of stuff, I can do it on my own, and I don't have to like pay through the nose for other people. So a lot of work has went into this, and I've been trying to communicate with some people to get a good relative price point. So I did a lot of calculating. I'm like, okay, so it's $80 in parts. It's going to cost me about like $20 in shipping from all the things and taxes, and then assembly, and then 3D printing. So it was coming around to like 120 or something like that. So I had to do a lot of like calculating and stuff like that. So I'm trying to come up with something between like 130 and 175. But I was trying to talk to the guy, so trying to make some sort of like agreement or whatever. So he was actually doing it as like a assignment or whatever in his engineering thing in college. So he's actually verifying the board for me, which was super awesome. And I've really tried to pull a lot of people from my videos and on the Google Plus and the GitHub, and I really kind of taken everybody and kind of like mushed them into one little ball. So
you're like going to be a business
mogul.
You're
a manager.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, come back next week and give us an update.
Can you give us part 2 of this? We got to do Ask an Engineer.
Yeah, sorry.
It's all
Thanks,
good.
everybody.
Okay, thanks so much, Lai. I want to hear the rest of this story. And one suggestion too, when you're all finished, make sure you have a website and maybe put it on Tindy, and you can pitch it here on the electronic version of Shark Tank now.
This is like the QVC of electronics.
So, all right, thank you, Loni. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Richard.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Pedro. Thank you, Lottie.
Groot, come back next week.
Chris, and thank you, Adrian. We'll be on Ask an Engineer in like 1 minute.
1 minute. Bye. One.